Good morning. Let us continue our chapter, the essays that made trees bloom. And we have read the first part of this chapter. And in this, we have read about an old man and his wife, how they lived, how they worked hard, how their dog was killed, and how their neighbors disturbed them, how the dog's spirit came in the dream of the old man, how he got the riches. And now let us move to the second part of this chapter. No long after that, so let us begin the second part of the chapter. The essays. So not long after that, the good old man dreamed again. So it was not very long. Then again, this time, the old man had a dream, and in the dream, and the spirit of the dog spoke to him. This time again, the spirit of his dog spoke to him, talked to him, telling him, and what did it tell him? How the wicked people had burned the mill made from the pine tree. Then how the wicked people, the bad people, his evil neighbors had burnt the mill which he made from the pine tree. Take the ashes of the mill. This time the spirit of the dog told to this old man, take the remains of that mill, take the ashes of that mill, sprinkle them on the withered trees. Sprinkle those ashes, or sprinkle that ash on the withered trees that are not blooming well. Those are withered, not flourishing. So spread or sprinkle, spray this ash on those trees which are not flourishing well, not blooming, and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. The spirit said, you take the ashes of the burnt mill, sprinkle those ashes on the trees that are not growing well, and they will bloom again. The old man awoke. The old man woke up and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house. Immediately he went to his evil neighbor's house, the person living very near to his house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace. He saw that the miserable, the sad old couple of his neighbor, they were sitting at the corner of their square fireplace, wherever they used to burn the fire. They were sitting there in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. They were smoking. From time to time, they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze from some bits of the mill, while behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. Sitting there, the neighbor couple were burning the pieces of the mill, and they were warming themselves and their hands with the flames that were rising from the burning pieces of the mill. The good old man humbly asked for the ashes. This good old man went to them, and very politely he requested them to give him the ashes, the remains of the burning of the mill. Though the covetous couple turned up their noses at him, though the greedy couple, they were very greedy, they turned up their noses at him, they made faces at him, they showed their hatred towards him and scolded him. They rebuked him, they abused him as if he were a thief, as if he were there to steal something. He was a burglar. They let him fill his basket with the ashes. But in spite of all these things, they allowed him to fill his basket with the ashes. On coming home, after coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. The old man took his wife with him, and they went to the garden. It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. As it was winter season, their loving tree, their favorable tree, cherry, it was bare. It has no flowers and leaves. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it. He spread a small amount of these ashes on it, and lo, to his surprise, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. As soon as he sprinkled the ashes on it, the cherry tree started blossoming with flowers, and there was a cloud of pink blooms. There were pink flowers, and they gave a very, very sweet scent that scented the air all around. The news of this filled the village. The news of this cherry tree blooming with the help of the ashes brought from the neighbor's house reached to every house of the village, and everyone rushed out to see the wonder. Everyone came there. They wanted to see, they wanted to witness themselves what it was going on. The covetous couple also heard the story. That greedy couple, who were the neighbors of this good old man, they also heard the story. And gathering up the remaining ashes of the mill, they also collected the remaining ashes that were at their home, kept them to make withered trees bloom. They also kept that ashes, those ashes, to make their dead trees to bloom again, to flourish again. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him, taking his basket of ashes. This good old man, when he heard that his daimon, his lords, will be passing that way, he went to meet him. He took the bucket with him. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the wayside. When the train of the people reached to them, the procession reached to him. He climbed up into an old withered cherry tree. He climbed up to an old dry cherry tree that stood by the wayside, that stood by the way. Now in the days of the daimyos, it was the custom when their lord passed by for all the royal people to shut up their high windows. It was a tradition that whenever the landlords passed that way, the people living nearby has to close their windows. They even pasted them fast with a slip of paper, so as not to commit the impertinence of looking down on his lordship. So those people kept the windows closed, they covered them with the papers so that they not to have to look down at their honors, lords, and this way they will save themselves from the disrespect they could show to their masters. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. So until the royal people passed, their landlords passed, the lords passed, the people who were on the way, they would fall upon their hands and knees and remain in the same position, lying position, their face towards the ground, and will wait the lords to pass by, and only then they will stand up. The train drew near, the procession came near to him. One tall, competent man marched ahead, crying out to the people by the way, "Get down on your knees." In front of the procession, there was a very tall, healthy man, and he was instructing the people to get down on their knees, get down on knees, and everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. Everyone was kneeling down. Suddenly, the leader of the van caught sight of the aged man up in the tree. But suddenly, the leader of the procession was able to see that this old man was on the tree. He was about to call out to him in an angry tone. He was about to ask him angrily to come down, but seeing he was such an old fellow, he pretended not to notice him and passed him by. But the leader thought he was very old, so he pretended, he made to believe that he did not see him, and he passed by. So when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, so when the lord's palanquin, his rath came near, the old man, taking a pinch of ashes from his basket, skirted it over the tree. He again sprinkled the ashes over the tree. In a moment, it burst into blossom. In a moment's time, the cherry tree was flourishing with so many beautiful flowers. The delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped and got out to see the wonder. The lord, when he saw the beauty and the wonder of the tree, he stopped the procession and came out. Calling the old man to him, he thanked him and ordered presents of silk robes, sponge cake, fans, and other rewards to be given to him. When the king came to know about the wonder of the old man, he gave him so many presents. He even invited him to his castle. He invited him to his palace. So the old man went cheerfully home to share his joy with his dear old wife. So the old man went home and he shared this joy to his old wife. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, he took some of the magic ashes and went out to the highway. But as soon as his neighbor came to know about his knowledge, his neighbor's presents and gifts from the king, he also went with the ashes to the highways. There he waited until a daimyo's train came along, and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, he climbed a withered cherry tree. Though the other people were kneeling down there, but he climbed up a cherry tree that was dry. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree, which did not change a particle. So So as soon as the daimyo was passing nearby, he threw the ashes on the tree, but there was no change. The wind blew the fine dust in the noses and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. Instead, those ashes reached to the noses and eyes of this old man and his wife, such sneezing and choking. They started sneezing and they were not able to breathe properly. It spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession. This spoiled everything, all the decorum of the procession. The man whose business it was to cry, "Get down on your knees," the man who was responsible for making the people to kneel down, caught the old fool by the collar. He caught him, dragged him from the tree, pulled him down from the tree, and tumbled him and his ass bucket into the ditch by the road. He threw his ass basket into the. Then beating him soundly, he left him for dead. He beat him up, and he thought he was dead. He left him there. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud. He died there, but the kind friend of the dog dwelt in peace and plenty. And both he and his wife lived to a green old S. The greedy neighbor, the evil neighbor, the wicked old man died, but the good kind friend of the dog, they lived in peace and harmony with a lot of abundance, and they lived a happy and cheerful life. So this is the beautiful story from Japan. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.